and not giving anything back to the world. Very few of us like him who have figured that and started giving back to the world. So here's the way where we can actually begin to start giving back to the world. We just can't keep taking it. So these are the two important things that I figured with this event. Today, here I start. I pledge to do whatever in my capacity I can, in whatever ways, different ways. It could be feed a child, it could be beating her with depression. I don't know what all I'm going to get involved, but I figure that what is going to give me really that inner peace and happiness. And least we can do, not let children sleep hungry. I am a freaky foodie. You know, 2 hours if I don't get food, I can't give my shot right. I can't work. I can't function. Imagine that 30,000, right? 30,000 children sleeping without food. So we got to do a lot. I think let's wake up. And this needs to. It cannot be just few of us. It has to go deep into each and every one of this country. Everyone who's got the capacity to spend few hundreds on others. You know, so just that little part from if you're making 1,000 rupees, I think 50 rupees we need to think that how do we spend to make others' life meaningful. And in return, our life is going to be meaningful. I don't know, I think I'm speaking a lot, but I'm just speaking from my heart. So this is what I really want to say. That's all. I think. Thank you very much.
Very beautifully spoken, both of you. Wanakam Chennai, a very big hello, and high five to all you kids. um, I love food, everyone does, but thank you. So I run this small NGO in Bombay, which is called Spandana, where we only employ visually challenged therapists. India has the largest number of blind population in the world. So I run a spa where everyone who works in the spa, they all are blind, and blind are blessed with sense of touch. So a massage given by a blind person has healing powers, and if I may say, they are better than sighted people. I remember the first week that we started running the spa, we didn't know what to do with the food because it's a small spa, and so we ordered food for them. And the first day we were trying to, first second we were trying to tell them where they can sit and eat. And while they were eating, with one lady, her hands were dirty, and I started feeding her. She was blind, and she was extremely upset with me. So she just told me, I'm going to wash my hands. You just tell me where the food is. 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, I will know where the food is. It was intriguing to see her, and she said something very beautiful, is that more than seeing food is the smell of it, it's the memory that you remember. And that's what drives me to eat, the memory. And just for like fun's sake, I took two of them out for chaat. Now chaat is very intricate to eat. You stand on the road and it's a golgappa that comes in your hand and you have to put it in your mouth at the right time. There's a little minute lost and the golgappa is lost. And I saw them eating immaculately, completely brilliant. And I've been working with the visually challenged from since the time I was 15, but somehow I never saw them eating. And I realized the love and the fun that they have when they're eating. And somehow it took me back to my childhood where everything was just the smell of food. It was not the food really, but the smell of food being cooked at home, ghee being prepared, which is a very Indian thing at home, or mum, and then carrots being cut and grated, and then you make gajar ka halwa or kheer for the festival, and gujia being made, or just the smell of dal, or just that smell of roti being cooked, and then you eat the food in a red. And if you're in a city like Bombay, which is crazy, where there's a lot of traffic, and then you see kids around and you realize that that pleasure is never part of their life or will never be part of their life. And that's when me and my mom started. Uh, I think one thing always leads to another, and that's when me and my mom started feeding kids once a week. That's what my mom does. And every time I leave home, I always have a packet of food and biscuits, which I give away. Instead of money, I give food. But that's not enough, clearly, because if you see the numbers, there's a lot more that we need to do, and a lot more people need to come out and give. Um, India has the largest number of one of the largest number of underprivileged kids, largest number of blind population, and also one of the largest number of millionaires and billionaires. So it's really important that we need to sit back, give back, um, because the child which is underprivileged, which doesn't have 3 meals a day or maybe missing out that one meal, is actually the real future of tomorrow. Because let's face it, most of the successful people actually have come through a lot of trouble, lot of pain, and have gone through a lot. Um, so it's really important that we go ahead, help. What is the future of tomorrow? Because I was reading this interview of yours, and this was like long time ago. It was a beautiful story about how you started and you and your father. It was very beautiful. Which I think would be nicer. I mean, I can't explain it. It was about you taking your dad for a drive, and your dad said that I always wanted this. Wasn't it true? And then you said, why didn't you tell me? And he said, you didn't ask, or something like that. So let's not be in a space where you could give and you didn't because you just didn't know how to. Because now you know how to. Like smile and you can just pledge your support.